The Masai women.
Chitrabhanu over here. Thank you, doctor, for answering the questions. Thank you very much. I have Pramoda ji here, and I would like her to share her story briefly with the audience. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you so much for HK Bhai for inviting me to be here in this such a wonderful gathering, and what we all are doing towards promoting veganism is so necessary in today's time. And sometimes we say that the world is suffering from the violence of the bad people. But really speaking, the world is suffering not so much from the violence of the bad people, but the silence of the good people. If good people do not speak up for the animals, if they don't stand up and become their voice, even if we cannot shout, be the whisper for those people, those animals who are suffering every day because of whatever human beings are consuming in their daily life. It is difficult to give up some conditions that we have been brought up in, and for me it was very difficult. I would just want to share with you a short story that in 1995, Chitrabhanu ji and myself were invited in Las Vegas, and we had to give a lecture there. And then there was a American women group, and took me out for lunch. So obviously they knew that I was vegetarian, and at that time I wasn't a vegan. So they asked me that, what will you have for lunch? And I said, no, I don't want to eat anything. So they said, would you like to drink something? So I said, yes, milkshake. And they said, ice cream with it? I said, yeah, that will be wonderful because it's so hot. So I took a milkshake with ice cream, vanilla ice cream. And few of them were very surprised that I ordered a milkshake. So I could see that surprise on their face, and they were taken aback, because they had heard a lot about us promoting vegetarianism. So they asked me that, Mrs. Chitrabhanu, do you take dairy? And I said, yeah. So I said, from the childhood, we do take dairy. So she said that you don't know what happens to the dairy industry? I said, no. And at the same time, Chitrabhanuji was with some fellow American friends. So he also was given the milkshake, and he drank the same thing. So we both had this experience. So then they said that, why don't you read about it, because there is so much abuse to the animals, and the animals are taken to the slaughterhouse. And I said, really, I didn't know. And that one sip of that milkshake was so difficult for me to take, so I really could not finish it, because I really did not know at that time what it takes to get the one glass of milk. So I went back, we both flew back in second day, and Chitrabhanuji said that, tomorrow please in the morning make black tea for me. So I said that, sure. See, what about you? I said, I'm sorry, I don't think so. I can give up milk in tea. So I drank my tea. And then he said that, why don't you go and find out if there is any alternative? So I went to the health food store next to the, on 86th Street and 1st Avenue in Manhattan. We lived there. So I went to the health food store, and I said to them that, do you have any alternative to milk? And they said, yes, we have lots. I said, I come to this store all the time. I've never seen it. And there were lines and lines of different kinds of milk. And that was a shift. I brought that milk at home, soy milk, and I became a vegan from that time, because I think something in us, especially Indians who have spiritual background, something or the other touches our heart and we really get convinced about it, because ahimsa is not a concept. It is a conviction of the consciousness. When your consciousness is convinced, when your Atma is convinced, and when you feel the empathy about the living beings, and when you feel their pain is your pain, I don't think so we'll be able to take those products that involve violence, abuse, and any kind of torture. So that was the time when I gave up our dairy product, and since then I am a vegan, and he just passed away 6 months ago. But I think he lived for 97 years old and a very, very healthy life. So it has so many benefits, but according to me, it has the greatest spiritual benefit, because we don't want to carry forward the negative karmas that we acquire when the animals are slaughtered and we become part of it. So, friends, I think so. Mr. and Mrs. H.K. Shah are doing a wonderful job by creating this chapter of World Vegan Vision. And with full heart, with our mind and with our hands, we have to support this cause and support the organization. And this cannot be the best opportunity for us to be part of this movement. Thank you so much.
So, friends, there is a magazine outside called Compassion that we have recently published, and it has a story of Kuntal Joy sir, our own Mumbai boy from Ghatkopar, who has been vegan for 17 years and has been on Mount Everest 2 times being vegan totally. Even the suit that he wears has no animal product in it. It's made from recycled plastic, Otherwise they wear something from the duck leather or something. So that magazine will be given to each one of you in a gift bag, and there'll be also World Vegan Vision, the souvenir, and maybe a pastry also. Now I have to do a little difficult task now, is to wind up and thank everybody who has made this day happen, and then there'll be food for everyone to eat, time to interact with Dr. Shah and Dr. Menon as well. My name is Dr. Rupa Shah. I'll be heading the World Vegan Vision movement here in Mumbai, and I'll be helping take it further. The time is right and lot is happening. And there's no end. There'll be more events in Ahmedabad, also World Vegan Vision, and more chapters in other cities of India as well. So I'll just like to thank particularly Harshad Bhai Parekh for really being so enthusiastic at 75. You prove the point that you are a young man. So thank you, Harshad Bhai and Naina Ben, for coming and doing this work today. Shweta Shavla from United for Compassion. If she's here, is she here? Shweta Savla. Thanks a lot, Shweta. They are the young activist group, and they do a lot of activism every weekend. Quincy for taking all the registration. I heard you took registration at 2 o'clock in the night, I remember. Okay, Nandita Kapadia from the Compassion magazine team. Chirag Bhai for being very, very cooperative. This is the first time I think Garware Club has some vegan stuff, totally promoted, and they've been very cooperative with us. There's a cheese that is served here today is from a company called Soft Sport from Anushi Patel. It's also available. You will be seeing it in Pizza Express ka vegan pizza, that is Soft Sport. There's Bhavika from Yummy Vegan, who's given a little pastry to each one of you in your bag. So thank you very much for that. There's the juice that all of you drank was given by Raw Pressery. Of course, it's a very big brand. So vegan, and also there's almond milk given by them for you to test today. And some sweets are made from a ghee from a company called MK. There's also another company called as Oneness that has given you the fruit yogurt. We can call it as Shrikhand. So there's everything available. You can try. If you all need any resources, it's there in Compassion magazine. There are a couple of books outside which are called as Dairy Alternative and What About My Calcium, which are also for you to buy or refer to. You can also get order it online later. So thank you very much. I have to wind up the day. I'm sorry, but we are all here on the stage here for interaction. Any other resources, anything that you all want, we are there all the time. Okay? Thank you very much.
I hope half of the crowd will be bigger next time. Then see you.